friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chesswise. Today we are going to continue with our next topic. We are going to learn what is Scholar's Mate. So last time we saw how Fool's Mate happened. Okay. Today we will see what is Scholar's Mate, whether it is good to try that, and we will see how to avoid it also. Okay. So let's start with the moves. White plays e4. The first move is absolutely correct. As we know, white is trying to control the central square d5 with the pawn, and is opening his queen and bishop. Okay. So maximum activity is given to the pieces by this move. The big piece queen is opened. The bishop is also opened. Black plays e5. As I told you last time that black doesn't want white to build up a strong center by d4. Now suppose white insists on playing d4, black will simply take the pawn. Okay, white will have to recapture with the queen, and his queen will come out early. So this development of queen early is not good. I will show you just one small example. If the queen comes out early, what happens is the queen gets attacked by opponent's smaller pieces, the minor pieces, bishop and the knight, and the queen's moves get wasted. So for example, here black can develop his knight and attack the queen, and the queen has to move again and again. Now let's say queen comes back, then black will develop one more piece, and you can see as early as move 4 black has got more development than white. See, black has two developed pieces and white has still nothing. He has little bit of center control only. So early development of queen is not a good thing. We are going to discuss the same in this Scholar's Mate now. Here after the moves e4, e5, white played, the best move for white here is nf3. White should develop the knight and attack the pawn. So development with attack will happen. We will be discussing a lot about it in the upcoming lessons. In this game, white tries to do a Scholar's Mate, that is, he tries to attack the f7 pawn with bishop and queen. I told you last time the f7 pawn is the weakest one. Okay. So white either tries first bishop to c4, then black plays knight c6, and then he has two ways to go about it. Either he plays the queen to h5. Okay. Now many players who is not suspecting what is happening with bishop and queen, they play knight f6, and then they get mated on the f7 square like this. Actually, it's easy to spot, and black can avoid it in many ways. So my recommendation is we should never try to do mate like this with white. Okay, because there are many ways to stop it. One of them is black can just play g6, and now the queen will have to move back. So the queen's move will be wasted. Okay. The second way for white here is, instead of playing queen h5, white players play the queen to f3. Okay, and then they threaten the mate on f7. Now if black is not playing properly, let's say black develops bishop c5, okay, then queen into f7 is again mate. This also we can see can be avoided very easily. Okay, black can just play nf6 and avoid the checkmate. Okay. So basically black can easily stop white's plan by playing the move nf6. Okay, now let's see, there is one more way. Many white players, after the moves e4, e5, they play the queen first. They play the queen to h5, attack the pawn. Now when black plays knight c6, development with support, then white plays bishop c4. Again, using the same idea, if black plays nf6 to attack the queen, then queen takes f7 and it becomes mate. See, all these moves are happening in just 4 moves. Okay. So this is called Scholar's Mate, but actually this is not the right way. White should not be doing this. Okay. So we will see what are the disadvantages of trying this, how to take advantage of some white player playing this. We will be discussing all this later on. Now let us see one more example. There is one more way to get it. After the moves bishop c4 and c6, instead of queen h5, white can play queen f3 here. And same thing, again the knight comes to f6 and it can stop. Otherwise, if black plays bc5, then queen f7 is again checkmate. So now what I want to show you is what are the ways black can easily deal with it. Okay, now let's see what should black do when he is suspecting that someone is trying to do a scholar's mate. So e4, e5, e5 is absolutely correct, there is nothing wrong with e5. Now first let's see if the player is playing the bishop to c4. Moment the player plays bishop to c4, we know that one of his ideas is to attack f7 pawn, is developing the bishop normal, and second idea could be to play the queen to f3 or h5. The simplest thing he can do is use the opening principle properly. So first opening principle is what? Center control. Second is what? Development with attack. So when we develop the pieces, best is to do development with attack. So black develops the knight and attacks the pawn. Okay, simple. So and third is develop knight before bishop. So these all I will be discussing and we will be writing here so that you can practice at home. Okay, and we will go into this game in much more detail in the next lesson. So now what happens here? This nf6 move has not only developed attacked the pawn, but it has stopped queen h5 completely. Now there is no queen h5, knight can simply take the queen. And the move queen f3, which still many players try to play, is actually useless. Now there is no mating threat on f7. Okay, in the next lecture we will see how white can still try to drive this knight and try for mate. Okay, but for now this is the way to stop the mate. This is one when the bishop is played first. Now let's see if the queen is played first. If white starts with the move queen f3, then also same, black should play knight f6. Now this knight directly stops the attack on f7, and any hopes to play bishop c4 is simply met by nc6, which we are going to now. Finally, if the queen comes to h5, first here there are two ways. One is which I showed you just now, black plays nc6, bc4 attacking here, and black just plays g6. This is the simplest way. For now we can do this much. In a later game I will show you to queen h5, black can play nf6 and give up this pawn and use the queen's moves which white is wasting to gain time in development. And white will be wasting his moves with the queen, and black will develop his bishop and knight quickly and attack the white king. Okay, I think that's it for now. This is enough to understand what is scholar's mate. I have shown you some ways to avoid it. Okay, if you like the lessons, do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for your time.